Because of the number of quests in Star Wars Galaxies Legends, you never really have to touch a terminal mission if you don't want to. That doesn't mean they're not still useful, however. In this video I'm going to talk about terminal missions and how you can run 10 of these per day to receive a decent amount of XP with what is called your Compnor bonus. First things first, find a combat mission terminal, like this one with the orange display screen, and make sure you're searching for destroy missions. The delivery missions have always been a bit of a waste of time in Star Wars Galaxies. According to the wiki, there is a minimum level on each planet that you need to be in order to be offered the destroy mission, so I'll post those requirements in the video description. A big part of doing your 10 per day is knowing what type of mission to take. Check the description and make a note of what you're being asked to do. You don't have to read the whole thing. All you need to know is whether it's creatures or NPCs you're going to be fighting, because those two types of missions function slightly differently. Killing creature layers takes a little longer than attacking NPC bases, since the latter will usually be guarded by only 2 or 3 enemies, while creature layers spawn several waves of beasties. Are you going for speed, or do you want to maximize your XP gain, since killing those few extra creatures will net you a bit more XP in addition to the game's Compnor bonus. If you're curious, by the way, Compnor stands for the Commission for the Preservation of the New Order and is the game's in-universe reason for why you can only receive the XP bonus for 10 of these missions per galactic day. The Commission monitors and regulates everything. In reality, the XP gain for terminal missions was added to bridge the gap between the Legacy Quest series and Mustafar Quest content when players found themselves starved for XP. Once you've decided what type of missions you're taking, keep refreshing the list until you get 2 missions of the same type in the same direction. This will ensure they spawn at a reasonable distance from one another. 2 missions at a time is the max, unfortunately, and coincidentally, if you get a message telling you can't accept any more missions, check your datapad for space missions and delete those for now. I don't know why space missions and terminal missions conflict, but they do, and this has tripped me up several times. Once you've got your missions, head to the closest one. The NPC missions are fairly straightforward. Pick off the enemies one by one, since attacking the base will cause all enemies to aggro. Even then, the humanoid NPCs sometimes choose to aid one another, so you may be attacked by a couple at a time, so be prepared for that. Once you've taken care of these guys, destroy the base. The most boring part of the mission, since it has far too much health for what is usually just a pile of Jawa junk. Once it's gone, you'll receive your first Compnor payout and receive a message telling you how many more missions you can do today. I can't show you the exact message, unfortunately, because all my characters are max level now, but it appears up here. Complete your second mission, and after that, head back to the terminal to pick up another couple. Rinse and repeat until your daily quota is filled. If you choose to take creature missions for the slightly higher XP, the mechanics are slightly different. When you first arrive, you'll see a number of creatures milling about. Take these out individually as before, but be aware different creatures have different behaviours and some are more social than others. They may run to aid their companions or just sit by and watch you slaughter their kin. You'll get to know the different behaviours over time, and you might want to avoid layers of creatures that you know are overly social and overly concerned with their brethren. Once the initial spawn is dealt with, target the creature layer and hit it once. This is called tapping, and the only reason we're doing it is to encourage the new wave of creatures to spawn. Remember, if you keep hitting the layer, everything will attack you all at once, so just hit it once and then stop. Kill the next wave of enemies and then tap the layer again. This time you're going to keep shooting until a third of the layer's energy is depleted. At this point, the final wave should spawn. This takes a little practice, but you will generally see a sharp drop in the layer's energy at some point, and that is one way you can anticipate the final wave is on its way. Kill them all and the ridiculously hard pile of dung they sprang from, and the mission is complete. Rinse and repeat. Doing these Compnor missions can net you at least a couple of levels per day until you reach level 70, at which point the XP payout drops significantly. At level 80 to 90, the payout is pretty meagre, and they may not be worth doing it. Depends what you think. Also, don't forget to get an Entertainer XP buff before you run any missions, and any items that might give you an XP boost too. If you hear an announcement about a bonus XP event going on at the moment, that's a really good time to do these Compnor missions. If you're getting double or even triple XP, you can shoot up levels pretty quick doing this. Also, don't forget the 10 mission per day thing only applies to the Compnor XP bonus. You can still do these destroy missions. They're useful for making a few extra credits and for finding certain enemies. If you need the hide or bone of certain creatures, you can spawn those missions using these mission terminals. Thanks for watching. Hope the video helped. Any comments or tips you might have for fellow players, please leave them in the comments, and I'll see you later.